If you run any sort of business and you are not utilizing virtual assistants, then you are missing out on super skilled labor at very reasonable prices. I personally use virtual assistants from the Philippines using a company called Onlinejobs.ph. And Onlinejobs.ph is just for hiring virtual assistants within the Philippines. So you can pay them very reasonable rates for Canada or the US of what we're used to, because their cost of living is so much lower there that they're super grateful for, let's just say $5 US per hour. They're super grateful for that because it allows them to work from home, but in their previous job had to commute sometimes 6 or 8 hours a day. That's round trip, but it's just like an insane amount of driving. I know everything just takes a little bit longer to get to when you're in the Philippines. So that is why a lot of Filipino and Filipina people turn to services like Onlinejobs.ph, because it allows them to stay home with their family, work from home, and still get a good income relative to their cost of living. And it allows you to get highly skilled workers. The things that I love about Onlinejobs.ph is the fact that the workers that you are hiring generally will have very good English. So that is a huge benefit when it comes to running a business, because you need to be able to communicate with your employees. And if you can't communicate with them, or there's a language barrier, that can cause you to waste your time trying to figure out what you guys are saying back and forth. Whereas everyone that I've hired in the Philippines has had really good English. So that's been a huge benefit as being a business owner, and hiring virtual assistants is having somebody who can understand me. And so this is my review of Onlinejobs.ph. I'm going to go in detail of my personal experience and explain to you guys why I highly recommend Onlinejobs.ph, because I've had an excellent experience with them, and I know you will too. Let's go into some of the other things that I really like about Onlinejobs.ph. Another really cool thing that you get access to with Onlinejobs.ph is something called Time Proof. And Time Proof automatically takes a screenshot every 10 minutes of your employee's screen to make sure that they're staying on task. Of course, they're in the Philippines, you're in your respective country. You're not able to just watch over them like you would if they were in an office setting where they were in your own office and stuff. So they're working remotely, you're working remotely, and it's hard to know if your employees are actually remaining on task. So Time Proof not only takes that screenshot every 10 minutes, making sure that your employees are staying on task, but it also records how many hours your employees work. So it's beneficial both ways. It makes sure that your employee, your virtual assistant, is actually getting paid for the amount of hours that they're working. And it's great for you because you can make sure they're remaining on task and you know exactly how many hours they have worked. Now, there's a couple ways to go about hiring people that I've done in the past. For me specifically, I sell on Amazon FBA. That's the business that I run. And so I can go into Onlinejobs.ph and just search up a keyword of Amazon FBA. And anyone who has any virtual assistants who are looking for work who have Amazon FBA in their description, it will show up. So that's one way that you can search for employees, is you can go through, type in, program that I use is called Tactical Arbitrage. So if I'm looking for a more specific than just Amazon FBA as a blanket statement of, okay, that's all. Amazon FBA could mean a lot of different things. Whereas if I want somebody who can specifically do online arbitrage, which is what I do when it comes to selling on Amazon FBA, then I could type in a program like Tactical Arbitrage right into the search. And if somebody has previous experience with one of the main programs that I use when it comes to selling on Amazon FBA, then it's going to show up there with their resume or their profile, and then you can get their resume after that. And so that's one way that I've went about it, and I like doing it that way. But my favorite way to hire employees from Onlinejobs.ph is actually creating job postings. So I am looking for somebody who can do product sourcing. You make it quite specific via the online arbitrage business model for Amazon FBA. And you give your job description. You go into as much detail as possible, because the more detail you give, the more that prospective virtual assistant will know what to expect if they do get hired. And so that's the way that I like to do it, is basically putting out the job posting, and you'll be amazed how many people you get reaching out, like wanting to apply for the position. But just keep in mind, you're not gonna get anyone if you put 50 cents an hour or $1 an hour. You have to be realistic, and you can look at other job postings from other, say, Amazon sellers and see what they're paying, and then you can kind of go from there. Ideally, the virtual assistants that you hire, you want them to be with you long term. The main reason that you want them to be with you long term is because you're going to be training them, you're going to be using your time on that, and so you want somebody who's going to stay with your company long term. And I've had amazing luck with that with Onlinejobs.ph, where my employees, some of them have been with me for 5+ years, and that has been incredible. Especially one of the virtual assistants that I have working for me is my bookkeeper, and he has been with my company for, yeah, like I said, over 5 years. And to have to retrain somebody about the intricacies of Amazon FBA accounting, I am so grateful that I was able to find a very long-term employee from that, because if you have to constantly retrain people on the intricacies of Amazon FBA accounting, it can take a lot of time and a lot of effort. So that's been my other experience with Onlinejobs.ph, is that I found really long-term employees, which is hard to find when it comes to virtual assistants. Like, you can look at certain sites where, you know, you put up a job posting and you just want them for one time. You can do that on Onlinejobs.ph as well, but if you are looking for long-term employees, these other sites, sometimes I've tried other sites in the past, or they will not help you to find people who are actually going to stay with your company long-term. And the other huge thing that I've experienced with Onlinejobs.ph is the trustworthiness of the virtual assistants that I've hired. The people in the Philippines are very honest, hardworking, and they're the type of people that you love to hire within your company. So that's been my experience. I've had nothing but good things to say about Onlinejobs.ph. I've recommended them to personal friends, personal family. Basically, I've heard the same thing over and over again. It's a great way to get employees at a very reasonable price that will do amazing work. So there's so many different businesses that virtual assistants can help in. Like, the opportunities are endless when it comes to delegating tasks that you would normally do in your day-to-day workday that you don't need to be doing. Let's just say pretty much every business is going to have email. So you could outsource a virtual assistant job, let's say $4 US per hour. You get them to work 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, just a part-time job, and have them do your email management. So they have access to your email. You don't have to check and spend time going through your email every day, every hour. They will do all that for you. They will tell you which ones are the most important emails, which emails you need to, you know, urgently respond to, and you connect with them via Skype or via Zoom, or however you want to do it, where they can contact you. Some of my virtual assistants just email. It just really depends. But you can also give your virtual assistants your direct phone number, so if there was something urgent, then they can just give you a call or text you. And that's just one example, but there's so many tasks that as business owners we do on a day-to-day basis that we don't need to be doing and that we can outsource. That's what I found Onlinejobs.ph has given me so much time back into focusing on the key tasks, that like purchasing or finding profitable products that I can resell on Amazon. It's given me so much time back to be doing the important tasks rather than the tedious, monotonous tasks that I can outsource. So this is my review about Onlinejobs.ph, and I would say that if you are any sort of business owner, at least give Onlinejobs.ph a try. There's gotta be something that you could outsource within your business. Lead generation, customer service, there's just an endless amount of opportunities. And ever since I read the book by Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Workweek, it has completely changed my perspective on, you know, being a business owner and trying to do everything on my own. Now I am good with outsourcing stuff. I've tried to do everything on my own, and you're never gonna grow a company to, you know, huge levels without having employees or without at least delegating and outsourcing some of the work. So there is a huge opportunity, and if you want to get a free trial of Onlinejobs.ph, all you have to do is go down into my description below and you can get signed up for a free trial. Just at least give it a try. You don't even have to be a business owner to use Onlinejobs.ph, but it's just, I would say, just give it a try. You have nothing to lose, and the decision to sign up with Onlinejobs.ph could literally change your life. It changed my life completely. I work way less, I make way more money than I did before. And thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.